Good morning. Welcome to Crypto Info, Blockchain Made Easy with your host, Frank the Crypto Tank. Yes, XRP becomes scarce and burns. No, Bitcoin does not. Let's get this right. Bitcoin does not burn BTC in normal transactions. That is absolutely a fact. So, who cares there's 21 million Bitcoin? What does that matter? I don't care if there's 5 of them. It doesn't do anything. It doesn't get burned either. It never gets burned in a normal transaction unless someone goes out of their way to specially burn, use scripts to burn it. All right. When you buy a cup of coffee with Bitcoin, it does not burn it. Bitcoin you spend is simply moved from your wallet to the merchant's wallet. So Bitcoin, no Bitcoin's destroyed, no supply reduced, no coins removed from circulation. Nothing disappears like XRP. Guys, can we please wake up to this truth? Wake from the Bitcoin slumber, please. Like even if a wallet stays dormant for 30 years, those coins still exist and remain part of the total supply forever and can always be dumped back on the market. It has no native burn function. Yeah. Can't deduct fees from the supply. Yeah. Pays fees directly to the miners is what happens with this one. Yeah. It means that Bitcoin never shrinks its supply. Lost coins do not equal burned coins. Lost coins still count in the supply and they're still around. Welcome to Crypto Info, Blockchain Made Easy with the Tanka. Please tap like, subscribe. Don't forget our Caleb and Brown link. And don't forget our Patreon has launched now. So please check that out. Now, XRP is burned on every single transaction. This is the core design difference between XRP and Bitcoin, which is our episode today. Please learn something. When XRP is used, a tiny amount of XRP called the base fee is permanently destroyed at the protocol level. It is not given to validators. It is not recycled. It is not redirected, the way Bitcoin is. It is erased forever from this third dimension, this third rack from the sun. Every burn reduces the total supply for XRP for all time. XRP supply. Yeah, it's deflationary in this regard. Now, Bitcoin is not. Please wake up from the Bitcoin slumber, I ask you very kindly. Why does the XRPL burn it versus the Bitcoin not being burned? Here's 2 reasons, right? Reason number 1, anti-spam defense, okay? Burning fees prevents spam, bloat, and denial of service attacks with XRP. Yeah. This is why the XRPL can handle 1,500 transactions per second very smoothly and very reliably. Yeah. Reason number 2, it creates a deflationary supply curve over the decades, over the decades, now doesn't it? Especially during high volume ODL flows. Yeah, and tokenization traffic, doesn't it? Yes, it does. This feature is unique among other layer 1s. Bitcoin is inflationary through mining. Ethereum is dynamic, but not always deflationary, as we well know. Most chains inflate. XRP is permanently deflationary through automatic burn-in. Could be the only one. Why don't you check that out and check me on it in the comments? It might be the only one. This means that every time XRP is used, value is removed from the total supply, and the value is concentrated across all remaining XRP. That's a little bit different now, isn't it? Right? Because the more usage, the more burn now. And the more burned, the greater the long-term scarcity of that asset. Please wake up to the truth. Bitcoin is garbage. Bitcoin is old news. Bitcoin does nothing. There's no point to it. This is the opposite, of course, of Bitcoin, what we're talking about here with XRP. Bitcoin's foolish and silly. Even in its operation, it really makes no sense in the world. It's kind of foolish. Bitcoin's foolish. It pays miners new coins. XRP destroys the coins. What the heck? Completely different. Mining equals inflation. Burning equals deflation. Yeah. This is why some analysts call XRP the only major asset, guys, that becomes more scarce with every transaction in this world. Now, here's a critical nuance that very few people understand, guys, that XRP does not need high fees to scale burn. It scales burn through transaction volume, not fee size. like the others. So 1,000 TPS equals 1,000 burns per second with XRP. You probably didn't know that, but that's the way XRP works. I didn't know until somewhat recently. 10,000 TPS equals 10,000 burns per second. Not that I'm any barometer, by the way, but just it's funny that I didn't know it either. 200 million daily transactions means 200 million burns per day when it comes to the XRP ledger and XRP. So when ODL is running at global scale, right? Banks, CBDCs, remittance layers, all of this, stablecoin flows, tokenized assets, the burn's going to explode. Orders of magnitude. Because the fee is tiny, but the volume is massive. See the difference? Like another thing most people aren't aware of course, is XRP's burn is predictable and cannot be manipulated by validators at all. It's very predictable and knowable ahead of time. Unlike Ethereum. It cannot be changed for profit either, right? Can't be redirected, right? Can't be redirected. It can't be inflated. Can't be gamed. I don't have to ask right. I already know. It is pure math, guys. It's pure deflation. It's real deflation. It's a real deflationary asset. XRP and the XRP Ledger. So here's the final verdict, guys. All right. Here's the deal. Bitcoin does not burn coins during its normal usage, during a purchase, for instance. Not even when buying coffee. It stays in circulation forever unless someone burns it manually, which is rare. And yes, XRP burns supply on every transaction, guys, giving it a unique deflationary structure. And a few others have that, actually, that structure. This is the fundamental reason why XRP's monetary model, guys, is built for long-term value, while Bitcoin is built for long-term permanence, not deflation. Okay? So when you hear all these folks saying, hey, look at, there's only 21 million Bitcoin. You better jump on top of it because now they're already $95,000 a Bitcoin. So, oh my goodness, you got to have so much money, even try to grab 2, 3, 4, 5, 10 of these things. Boy, the millionaires of the world are trying to grab up the Bitcoin. That dude with the glasses who wants to, I love him, he wants to enunciate so poignantly like this, that guy on YouTube. He's good. He started a couple channels. He's excellent. He's a big Bitcoin guy. He's a big XRP guy. But the thing with him, what's very interesting is that dude, not seeing the truth about XRP and Bitcoin not being becoming scarce, and the difference that XRP is scarce. And quite a few are missing this. So please wake up from the Bitcoin slumber. No, this gentleman is on YouTube and others are on YouTube saying, no, look, Bitcoin's becoming scarce. Why? Because there's only 21 million. You better grab them fast. They're going fast. Really? That's very interesting. Because I don't care if there's only 10 of them and they're that small in supply. If they don't do anything, who gives two living craps about it? It don't do nothing. And by the way, it doesn't get burned and then become more valuable because more of it just disappears in the world, thereby then sending its price higher. In other words, Bitcoin's price at 95,000 is a false thing. It's such a silly, when I say false, what I mean is it is a speculative thing. By false, I mean it is not writing. It's not false. I mean, it's real. These people really put their money into this. It's real. False is not the proper word, Tanker. It's not false. It is a speculative inflow of capital into Bitcoin, influx of capital. Oh, yes, it is. Oh, boy, is it a speculative flow of capital. It is not real-world utility. It is not a store of value by any stretch, aside from portability and divisibility. We'll give you the nod on that, Bitcoin. But this is going to be Tanker's legacy is that he tried to wake the world of the Bitcoin slumber, the Bitcoin dream, and let the world know that it is not about Bitcoin, this speculative store of speculation. rather than a store of value, of course, that is hiding right underneath everybody's noses. Why? Because the best money mouths on the planet are on YouTube and on CNBC, yapping left and right, shouting as loud as they can. Over in this corner, we got Mr. Wonderful. He's in the blue trunks. Over here in this corner, we got blah, 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 Ethereum, Vitalik Buterin. He's in the purple and pink trunks with the unicorns. They're going to jump into the ring and they're going to do their thing here. Here they go. Ethereum and Bitcoin. How freaking stupid. Oh my God, guys. These guys, if you know crypto, if you know blockchain technology and you understand crypto, you see that Bitcoin is so stupid. And you also see that Ethereum is an overloaded worker. Too much work. You used to do 40 hours worth of work, Ethereum. Now we had to let go of a few employees. We're going to have to triple your workload. You're now going to do 1,600 whatever hours of work a week, 160 hours worth of work a week. We just tripled your workload. Wait, 4 times 3 is 120. Okay, so you're doing 40 now. Well, whatever, 120, 160. We're tripling your workload. Yep, sorry, Sam. Well, what are we going to do? We had to let go of 3 people. I mean, because blockchain thing ain't going to go away. We got everything written. Everybody's counting on it. You got all these smart contracts that are written on your chain there, Sam. What are you going to do? It's your shift. You got to keep this show going. You used to work 40 hours a week. Now you got to work 120, 160 hours a week. Oh, I know it's going to break you sooner or later, Sam. Don't worry. We'll get somebody else to take your place, and we'll just keep this facade going. That's Ethereum. Guys, if you know anything about crypto, you know that's what Ethereum is. It can't scale. It's a moving train. Please wake. Oh, boy. Oh, this channel's tough. What do they say? Ignorance is bliss. Marty, welcome in. Since XRP gets burned, therefore becoming more valuable, why wouldn't they just make more? Stupid question. Let me check that again. So since XRP gets burned, therefore, what? Because they want that. Why wouldn't they just make more? Well, because good question, Marty. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for chiming in. Their validators have to agree. They have to have something like, I forgot how many nodes. How many nodes have to agree? Somebody tell me in the comments, whoever knows. How many nodes have to agree to burn more, to create more XRP? It can be done. Enough validators agree. You check this out. More XRP can be created, but it is such a trick. Just like you can burn Bitcoin, but it's a special thing that is done by certain people. It's not something that the chain automatically performs once a transaction happens on it, if I'm making sense to you. So I hope I am, and it's not a stupid question. There are no stupid questions. And why wouldn't they just make more? The answer to that would be they'd start tanking their chain. They would stop their scarcity model they have going. See? So it's a good question. There aren't any dumb questions, Marty. It's making them more deflationary. It's making them more, it's making it more scarce, and it's making it deflationary by this action. So no, they would not want to go creating more, because that would start to stop that function, that momentum of the deflationary and making it more scarce in the world, which is what we're looking for, which is what Bitcoin does not have, which is what don't understand why the best. Now here, let me get down to this. We'll get to the markets in just a second. Here's the thing. You may ask, now Tank, no, look at you sound like you're a smart guy. Okay, I'll give you that. I'm not sure what you really know about crypto though, when you're trying to tell me that Bitcoin is not where it's at, and Ethereum is not where it's at. When I look at the cryptocurrency market, and you're not going to tell me I'm not, the sky's green. I mean, come on, unless we got hail coming, right? I mean, 94,015 for a Bitcoin, XRP $2.20. I mean, what are you talking? You got Ethereum at 3,119 per coin, Tank. I mean, what are you talking about when you try to tell me it's all about XRP? It's all about this, this Cardano who's down here at 47 cents. It's all about this, Stellar Lumen at 25 cents. What are you talking about? That sounds too low. It's at 14 cents, this Hedera hash graph. That sounds kind of weird. I don't know. I don't think you know what you're talking about, Tank. You're trying to tell me that those are more valuable than this one here, Ethereum, at 3,120 per coin, and Bitcoin, 93,000, now dipping to 93, 967 per coin. I don't know if that makes sense. I don't think you really know what you're talking about, Tank. And that's what I would say to me too. Now, here's the thing. Here's what they will tell you. Based on what you just learned this morning, if you want to play the episode back, then play it back. Understanding now that Bitcoin is actually not deflationary and XRP is deflationary. I don't care if you got, 5 Bitcoin. And you're like, see, because that's the boy, these Bitcoin folk, they're really interesting. They're slick. I got to give them credit. They're really slick and clever. The way they switch from, we're a payment system, and then that didn't work out so well. And the truth came to light, and they couldn't hide in the shadows anymore with that one. So it became then, it's a store of value. And they're still trying to ride that narrative, although it only hits one of the known economic truths in the economic dictionary of dictionaries that says a store of value has to hit at least 4, right? It has to be durable. It has to be durable over time. It has to be correlated to the current cost of goods and services. Number 2, it has to be portable and usable, and you got to be able to kind of go across the country with it or use it if I'm in this part of the country, you're in that part of the country. It's got to be very divisible. That's number 3. Number 4, it's got to hold, I think I said durability, but it's got to not be subject to a solar flare. The way Bitcoin is. You got a solar flare, you're going to have some problems now, Bitcoin. See? Now that is not durable. See, gold is okay if you have a solar flare. You see? In fact, gold is actually in the things that help, reroute conductivity-wise, when we have a massive power surge with transformers and things. Yeah, maybe not necessarily transformers, but gold is used in the conductivity to actually assist in preventing something like that, like a solar flare. So not only is it very durable in this regard, but it actually assists to help other things become more durable. Perhaps even Bitcoin saving electronic systems, perhaps, by rerouting power with its gold. See? So it's hard to get away from the real deal, the original OG. We want to make, and I say that about digital currencies too. We want to make newfangled versions of, real world assets. And look at this, we got real world assets on chain that represent a blade of grass. That's what BlackRock's trying to do. They're going to all of a sudden pop out on the market, by the way. It's not sidetracked too much, but that's the truth. They're going to use real world assets, BlackRock and the others, and they're going to pop out on the market with a whole ton of nature's real world assets. Oh, you see that? No, that little grasshopper, that's on chain over here. No, it just died. Well, it's still tracked on chain. No, I know it just got hit by a car, but don't worry. Still a natural asset that we own. We just popped on chain with trillions of dollars worth of those. Oh, yeah, all those grasshoppers, that horde of grasshopper, it's all ours. That's all ours. Oh, yeah, it's on chain now. Real world assets. You see? You starting to see? I don't know if people do see and do understand crypto on the levels that are required to, not to be smart guy, but the levels that are required to actually traverse the Oregon Trail and not get wrecked. And this is kind of, I'm not a financial advisor, and this is never financial advice, but I think this is largely what's at play in crypto, is that folks have no idea what the heck they're doing. They think they do, and they're parroting things. And I don't mean to be negative at all here. These, of course, are not the folks in our community. Our community is a little sharper than this, guys, and so are some other folks. But if you want to be sharp like this, and you want to be on top of crypto, and you want to not be parroting what everybody else is saying in crypto, and you want to be on top of the truths of crypto, knowing Bitcoin is crap, and even though it's at 94,000 and XRP is down at $2.21, XRP and Ripple, of course, are not crap. And they, of course, are the future Amazon of crypto, the crypto space. And we will be taking that $94,000 price tag. Thank you very much. And you will be taking the $2.21 price. Bitcoin's not going to $1 million. Dude, if Bitcoin goes to $1 million before the whole world hears and figures out what I'm saying right now, boy, I don't know what in the heck happened to this place. It means this is really a weird matrixy place that can brainwash anybody, including the smartest minds on the planet. Bitcoin, good store of value. Wait, hang on. We need big screen for this, baby. Bitcoin is a store of value. Bitcoin is a store of value. XRP is a crap coin, I've been told. Holding too much are the owners. And Ripple and Chris Larson and Brad Garlinghouse doesn't make sense. They will dump on market on us. How stupid. If they do that, they ruin their entire thing. How stupid. When they're never going to do that. You have to... Okay, you got to be careful on YouTube, right? I'm going to say some stuff. Now, look at... We got some comments. Good morning, new subscriber here. Well, thank you, Steve. I appreciate you, sir. Welcome into the truth. Welcome into the truth of crypto. I can't swear on the channel, but I try to be as emphatic as I can. Now, look, I also try to be as nice as I can, even to get all riled up that the whole world is missing Bitcoin being a piece of garbage, and it being about the ISO 20022 utility coins that, of course, have a low carbon footprint. Algo, IOTA, XRP, XTC, XLM, come on, baby. If you're going to have these things operate in the real world moving forward, they've got to have a minor carbon footprint. Good morning, says Steve, the Oga. New subscriber here. Dumb question. No, never any dumb questions. Don't preface with that. There are never any dumb questions. If you're burning so much, wouldn't they want the value low to keep costs down? That's not what keeps costs down. Rewind the episode, my good buddy. Hey, Steve, thank you for joining us here on the channel on Crypto Info Blockchain Made Easy with your host, Frank the Crypto Tank. Please, when you get a chance, go ahead and play that part back because it's earlier on in the episode, probably about 1 or 2 minutes early on, where we're describing that that's not the way it works. That's the way Bitcoin works. So no, that wouldn't be true. That wouldn't be the case. If you're burning so much, wouldn't they want the value low to keep costs down? No, that's not what keeps the value low. We just covered that. Go rewind that. That's not how it works. You're thinking Bitcoin terms. Nanomi Arayogi, you sound uninformed. You sound like you're a Bitcoin maxi who's drinking the Bitcoin Kool-Aid there, pal. Tell me how I'm uninformed. Go check everything I just said, and it's all a fact. You're uninformed. You've been drinking the Kool-Aid. Please don't be one of these Nanome, here you go. You are uninformed. Bitcoin is a store of value. You do not know your stuff. I bought too much Bitcoin and Ethereum to listen to what you are saying. Good morning, Turkey Base. How are you, good friend? I am running out. Good thing I have the ability to wind myself back up again. You are uninformed. I have been told Bitcoin is a store of value. Oh my God, dude, you sound uninformed. You sound like you're a knucklehead. Tell me how I'm uninformed and how you're so informed. Everything I told you is true. You go find the research and you go pull it up and show me how this entire episode is not true. I am very informed, my good bro or gal. What are you, Nanome? Are you a male or a female or one of those in-betweeners? Now here's the deal. You ain't gonna come tell me I'm uninformed. You go check my thousands my 1,000 videos just about here. And you tell me I'm uninformed. You sound like you're a knucklehead. Why? How could you ever say, no, look at how dumb you sound. How could anybody ever watching this channel ever come on and watch you say you sound uninformed? I'm one of the most informed individuals on YouTube, period. Go check all the rest. You're a knucklehead. Don't come out with stuff like that, you jackass. All right, anyway. Hey, come on back, Nanome. Where'd you go? Because you say uninformed. I want to hear your information. Anyway, let's get off the air before knuckleheads come on because I'm inviting knuckleheadedness. Have a great day today. Enjoy it. Remember to keep a smile on your face because Nelson, my brother, Steve, Marnie, good morning. And remember that you can only hold tight if you bought right. And you can only ride out the peregrinations of the market if you bought right. Something tells me that a couple of these people in the comment section this morning don't really know what the hell I'm talking about. Go play back the video and get educated on Bitcoin. If you bought too much of it in Ethereum, I'm sorry. It's not too late for you. The stuff's going to crank. Just make sure you use everybody else for your exit liquidity and dump the heck out of Bitcoin and Ethereum before the jig's up on the entire planet, because that's why all the money mines on the planet, including Mr. Wonderful and all these people, watch your words, Tank, including all these people are out there shouting, now Bitcoin's the next, oh boy, it's all about Bitcoin, Ethereum now, guys. Come on now, stick with the OGs. Raul Powell, stick with the OGs, buddy. Yeah, whatever. Have a great day today. Enjoy it. Taker gave you a little too much truth this morning, maybe. I'll see you tomorrow at 7 a.m. Have a killer Monday. have the best day ever, because this is the start of the week, and every day for you is the best day you've ever had because it's all fresh with a new start. Have a good one. Enjoy it. Bitcoin's trash. We all know it.